Different ways of versioning web APIs. There are many ways you can add versions to your API. You can choose one among them to include them in your web API project. The first approach is to not version at all. Although this goes against the recommended approach of including version, there are some use cases or business reasons where you decide not to support versioning for your APIs. In such a case, all updates are made compatible with previous versions. For instance, you may add additional properties to an existing model or support new endpoints. These won't affect the existing integrations that are already in place. For example, courses/10 can return ID name to begin with. If you update it to return a student collection as well, then it's not going to break the existing integrations. The second approach involves URL versioning. The version number is made part of the path. Each time you modify the web API or change the schema of resources, you add a version number to the URL for each such resources. For example, v2/courses refers to version 2 for the courses resource. In this case, the previous URLs should continue to operate as before, returning resources that conform to their original schema. The third approach is query string versioning. Here you specify the version of the resource by using a query string parameter for the HTTP request. For example, /courses version equals 2. The version parameter should default to a meaningful value such as version 1 if it is omitted by older client applications. The final approach is header versioning. As the name implies, here you implement a custom header that indicates the version of the resource. The client adds the appropriate header to any HTTP request sent to the server. For example, X API version equals 2. The server could use a default value version 1 if the version header is omitted. You can also use accept header and accept header with custom media types as well. Having known the different ways of versioning the APIs, in the next lesson, we will go through the steps involved in implementing those versioning in our web API projects.